Hi guys, I'm Mikael Kroon and welcome to this pick a card reading. Pick one of the 7 cards on the screen. Each card that we pick will be relevant for you and the collective energy, but the card we get for the one you picked, so the card I'm going to put on top of that one, will be especially significant for you. So what are we doing here? We're attuning to deep aspects within. You could say your joy, your playfulness, your fun, and integrating that in your being. And I feel it's so important to recognize these aspects within and really stop working with them because they are all aspects of of who we are, of who we are in our true being, in our light self. So yeah, so these things can come up in all sorts of ways as well. They can be inner issues that you're working with, and then the cards can kind of support your journey and unfoldment. So how about let's have a look for the first one, uh, the Blu-ray being. What's in store for you, Blu-ray being? And so if you've picked the Blu-ray being, it's all about, your life purpose and your path of light. And the Blu-ray aspect, if you've picked this card, the dolphins are connecting with you. And that's so amazing, because I've been connecting with the dolphins as well in the past weeks actually. And it was really amazing to feel their presence and their playfulness and their connection. So I actually saw the dolphins, and then I went, went on a little boat trip to see the dolphins. And then after that, every time I was swimming in the sea, I could still feel them and their beautiful connection. So I feel those dolphins. Those dolphins, they're important. They've got important messages. And so if you pick the Blu-ray, then especially, then yeah, that's great. It's a blessing. And they're sending multidimensional information and codes. So please receive those amazing codes from the dolphins, because they're a blessing. Okay, let's look at some of the other keywords and messages in this one. It's saying play. It's a way to relax and smile. So important, It's kind of a joyful vision kind of thing. If you're feeling a bit, if you're feeling a bit down, if you're feeling not completely yourself, then you're invited to receive this joyful vision from the dolphins. And I just want to say, if you want to do a layout like this yourself as well, you can go to Lemurian Starchild Art, and there you can draw cards for free, and for a small subscription fee you can also do these layouts, and I think they're fantastic. I really enjoy, working with these energies and messages. All right, so dolphin baby, are you a dolphin baby? Are you feeling a bit dreamy, or kind of, in your own kind of multi-dimensional world kind of thing? And maybe if you were like that as a child, then this would be important for you. So did you draw the dolphin baby card? Then this is gonna be for you. Blu-ray being. That's really cool. The dolphin baby is connecting to the Blu-ray, and obviously we have the Blu-ray there, right? So that's the same card, because this is a digital app. You can get cards twice as well. I love that. And the Blu-ray is perfect, for the dolphin babies, like connecting to this blue light. And blue light is peace, is unconditional love. And so let's have a look at some of the other messages for the Blu-ray. Direct divine expression and a bridge between dimensions. And there's also, that's interesting, because with the Blu-ray, there's also these kind of aspects in the kind of personal life realm, which is kind of saying, like, take care of your own needs as well when you're working with this energy, because you can feel very expanded. The dolphin baby that this card is for feels expanded anyway, so you can get into a big energy expansion. And that is important to be clear um, about your own needs as well, and not kind of get drowned in the energies of others. So you can be clear what is your own kind of energy and what is their energy and emotions. And I feel that can be a very important thing when we go into this expansion of consciousness. To be clear what is your emotion and what is someone else's, for example. And especially for the Blu-ray, and the dolphin baby, that is so important. And it says here as well in the text, it says call an Archangel Michael, for example, to guide you in this process. Even when you're kind of separating things out. All right, well, that's a baby dolphin connecting with this beautiful blue energy. But what if you picked the Indigo Child? Right? Direction and power of manifestation. And the Indigo is interesting, the Indigo is about a very sharp vision of truth, where you kind of see untruths very clearly, and almost you see them so clearly you want to change them. But you can be careful to be constructive, not just kind of tear down the lies of the world, right? But actually build something that's a challenge of the indigo. So did you pick the indigo? Let's have a look what's in store for you. Connecting to the source. Right. That about finding that, finding that resting point, that point of stillness and rest and peace in the midst of everything going on, right? In the midst of being able to, for example, see everything that is false and that that is wrong. That's going on in the world. But when you go back to the source, then you can drop the idea of right and wrong. You can drop that judgment of right and wrong, and that can be quite a big leap, right? You might need to go deeply into your heart because you might be saying, "Well, you're being, of course, this is wrong." What I'm seeing, like violence and aggression. Right? Of course, that isn't right. But when you get deeply into the source, then you can start letting that go, and you might come to different conclusions. So that is a deep journey. I feel we might all be on at this point in time. So in the text it says, "Please listen to my soft whispers," right? The cosmic heart source tell you they are soft whispers. They can sound quite soft compared to the loudness of judgments of the mind, right? Saying, this is wrong, right? And that can sound very loud, right? Like emotional kind of outrage. So then those whispers, especially for the indigo, right? Like those whispers can sound very soft, but we gotta listen to them. We gotta listen to them and receive them, uh, because they're important. They're important for you, and they're important for everyone, right? But we don't need to take care of everyone. We can just listen to them ourselves, and it creates a beautiful vibration of light. So next up, you can see the Earth Angel, but the Cosmic Heart Source is for their head. So there you go. Let's see that for a second. Earth Angel. Um, your sensitivity is your strength and your gift, but just realizing that, Earth Angel. I'm saying you can do it. You can come to that realization just by tuning to your heart and finding your strength and your power. Right, so if you pick the Earth Angel, we're gonna get to this card. More angels. So angels, even if you are an Earth Angel, there's more angels around you, like what do we call it? Sky angels, multidimensional angels, like Archangel Michael. This can be maybe a challenging time if you're an Earth Angel. You might see things on the news and want to help, but maybe you're not called to physically help, and that can feel, you can feel powerless, but then you realize that you can send light, that you can help multi-dimensionally. Yeah, it's just as important. So there you go, right? Divine healing is upon you, divine grace and divine guidance. So if you drew the Earth Angel, receive the new Earth inspiration. Hero singing the mystical unfoldment. Yeah, and here's another important message on the second paragraph here. It says, even the darkest corner on this earth, the angels are. They are silently watching with love and respect of the free will of every human. Do not think that the angels can be overpowered, that a shadow can be cast upon them. They simply choose not to intervene, they choose the divine plan out of love and respect for all those involved. So that's an interesting one, isn't it? From a multi-dimensional perspective, you're not always called to do something. You're called to respect that everyone's got their journey. And then here in the text it says free will. Um, but always, I almost want to say, that really free will is not um, it's not what people think it is, right? Because there's divine will. It's kind of overarches or supersedes um, what we think of as free will. So that's a relative thing as well. That free will, that linear will, very relative, but because divine will is prevails, but still, like um, we need to respect everyone's journey. And so that's a deep message, guys. That's a deep message. But I just want to give it to you. Kind of comes through, kind of being presented, and I feel it's important for these times. So if you drew the Earth Angel, then this is especially for you, angelic ones. Right. So the Rainbow Child. Rainbow Child. All about your inspiration and how you ground your light for the new Earth, the practical expression of light. Right, that's the Rainbow Child, right? The new Earth builders, the beautiful beings that are coming in to co-create the new Earth fearlessly. So if you draw the the Rainbow Child card, if you're connecting, if you're connecting to that rainbow energy, let's see what's coming up for you. So an initiation's coming up for those little new Earth builders. So what do you need for an initiation, right? You need deep trust, deep healing, and reconnection with all, and it's not a surprise, that there's an initiation because what do we see going on, like currently on the Earth, like there's some destruction, right? So if you're a builder, co-creator, it can be challenging, right? Like why are things breaking down? They're breaking down because they're clearing. So we need that deep trust in the divine, right? That it's not doom and gloom, right? There's a bigger plan, bigger divine plan. So if you drew the Rainbow Child, this is important, like to keep that trust even in the face of what you see, and how the mind kind of judges that kind of destruction, right? So keep the trust and connect to the whales, because they've got a lot of knowledge and beautiful vibrations. So connect to the whales and receive their deep messages, because they've got a lot of them, deep vibrations. Okay, Crystal Child. Crystal Child, what's coming up for you? Crystalline vibration that you bring to the new earth, right? It's a beautiful vibrations from these beautiful new earth children um coming in, that are like a beautiful multidimensional crystal. So that crystal is giving a vision of unity. So that's important right now. And so if you're very vibrational, like a crystal child, you can feel the good and the bad vibrations, right? Let's say the high and the lower ones. And then again, like this is kind of similar to what I said before, maybe, but rather than digging down into the good and bad idea, right, and sort of hardening your view, let's say, into like a duality based perspective. This is good, this is bad, right? You call to if you drew the, especially if you drew the crystal child card, you call to actually soften your view into a vision of unity. And so, what is a vision of unity, right? Well, connecting to the light. There's an interesting quote in this card. I'm going to see if I can. Right, if you look at that quote, right, allow my eyes to see, right, my eyes of truth. And this is kind of paraphrased from the kandas, from ancient Indian scriptures. But I feel it's still actual. Is I'm not that which I see. I'm that by which I'm able to see. The aware consciousness. So I'm not that which I see, but which I'm able to see. Right. So what actually makes it possible to see, right? If you're like neuroscientist, then you'll say, well, the brain makes it possible, right? Like sort of the neurons and atoms in the brain, right? But I would say, really, like what, but what's your experience? Like, what do you actually experience in this moment, right? Because you don't just experience neurons. Like, there's actually something that makes it possible to perceive things, right, in your own experience, and that is the aware consciousness. So by focusing on that, you actually come into a unity consciousness, in which that you can let go of separation consciousness, which is the idea, that I am separate, right? kind of this is me, kind of with a big sort of kind of wall around it, which is my skin kind of thing. And and then you kind of let go of that separation in the vision of unity. You let go of the weight of the thoughts and things, and then then like good and bad. Well, I mean, the ideas are there, but they don't have the same weight, right? So you stop judging a vibration, right? It's the interesting thing. Doesn't mean you can't clear out lower vibrations and send them to the light, because that's what this card's all about. Um, but like the best way to clear lower vibrations is by not sort of judging them as good and bad, because that means that channel kind of opens more and wider, because judgment kind of contracts the and openness is like an expansion. So things that light will be flowing from the lower levels to the higher levels in the source much easier. So yeah, so that's the that's the vision of unity. Um, yeah, and I just hope that you can see my eyes, because I've got this little picture on the bottom of the screen. Every time I look at it, looks like I've got my eyes closed. But that's just anyway. If I move it here, it's probably different. Oh yeah. So I just need not like don't be self-conscious. Don't look at your own um, video too much, and more of the top of the screen, and then you can see my eyes. All right. So Star Children, what's in store for you? Star Children, galactic support that you receive. Let's see what's your galactic support. Right, so the whale coming in again, the whale teaching this time. So we've got a lot of dolphins and whales in this little reading. So that's very interesting. They come in very strongly, and this is kind of it's really connected with Star Child, because it's kind of a cosmic whale. So if you drew this one, it's all about connecting to the whales, and it's all about this depth of healing that you receive from a mentor, for example, a guide. And so I tune to the whale and allow its wisdom and magical knowing to touch my heart. Right, so that's the whale teaching, and there's another interesting kind of aspect with that as well. Which is that we're all from the same source, right? So there's no hierarchy. So that's the important message of this card as well. Like let go of the old paradigm of hierarchy, whether it's patriarchy, whether it's matriarchy, whether it's any kind of archy or archaic type of thing. Um, Let go, and and the universe, it's not male or female, right? God is not male or female, and you're not male or female in your essence, right? You're just source consciousness. So it should be very easy to let go of patriarchy and these old paradigm kind of gurus and teachers that want to dominate. or kind of subscribe you, right, to or recruit you, right, to their ideas, right? But we don't, because we're all creator, right? We're all sovereign, we're all aspects of creator. So that is all the old paradigm. We need to follow our own heart and our own being. So that's it for now, guys. Thank you for tuning in. I'll be back with more little readings like this. I realize you can't really see that bit here, but this is a little list um, of all of the cards where that we drew. And if you're on the site, then you can actually save them. So I think it's probably the 11th. It might be one day off, but 11th April 2022. So yeah, uh, might want to keep that. Thank you very much, and hope to connect soon for another little reading. Okay, bye for now.